And we are live. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. As you guys can see, I'm outside. I'm not in my room like I usually am. I only have the earphones in so you guys can actually hear me and not everything around me. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Let me know. Should be a couple of you guys on here already. 8. Yes. One of you 8. Let me know if you guys can hear me. But I should only get this one in. But other than that, I was just checking the standings actually for the FLW event on Lake St. Clair. So Chris Johnston is in 7th. Corey's in the top 30, both from Peterborough, Ontario, and Gussie from Kenora, also Ontario, I think at least, is in like 60th or something like that. But first day on the St. Clair, and I didn't watch the weigh-in or anything like that because I didn't have time, but there's going to be some big bags, hopefully. Should be pretty interesting. We'll see. But loud and clear, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. We already have some trolls on here. Okay. So, Bass opened in Ontario. Zones like 17, 18, some other ones down south opened 2 weeks ago now. And then like 18 is already open. 15, 16, and some other ones up north opened last weekend. So I actually fished 2 bass openers, I guess. I fished 18 the week before, and then I'm fishing 15 right now for a little bit. You guys haven't seen those videos yet. I just finished editing one of them. That'll be up either Saturday or Sunday, but you guys will see that soon. But I've been fishing, and I've been catching absolute slaunches. So I want to hear from you guys what you guys have been catching, how your opener's going. We can have a little Q&A. I'm only going to, talk on here for maybe 20 or 30 minutes or so, but what's the best smallmouth bait? It really just depends where they are. You can never go wrong with finesse fishing for smallmouth, but there's nothing like catching a smallmouth on like a crankbait or a spinner bait or something. That's a lot of fun. But drop shot, Ned rig, wacky rig worm will always catch a smallmouth. You can never go wrong with anything finesse. If you're ever up in North Bay and want to go for muskie, let me know. I will let you know. I want to go for muskie this year, probably in the fall though, just because, like all other fish, they feed up in the fall and they get a little bit fatter. But definitely on the list. Actually, I just found out that a lake I've been wanting to go to for bass actually has really big muskie in it. And I found a couple spots from a couple guys. So that may be a thing. I may have to end up going in the next couple of weeks. So the thing is, I don't have any musky gear. Like the heaviest rod I have is a 7/8 extra heavy. I can throw big swim baits on it, like ganta rails and all that stuff. Anything up to like a 3 ounce. So I should be okay. But that may be a pretty cool trip I might do by myself. But we'll see though. Are you looking out at the water? Give us a 360. I'm looking at on my pool right there. I just have, you guys can probably see a little bit here. Just a pool. I'm in my house in the city. How do you feel about the Googans? I watch their videos when I have time. I like them. They're definitely doing a great thing for the sport. You can love them, you can hate them, but you can't lie that they are definitely bringing the sport to more, a younger audience, which is always good. We lit up Balsam on bass opener. Balsam's a big lake for pike. I haven't heard of many people going there for bass, but that's good that you had a good time on opener. That's awesome. I actually wanted to go to Balsam this year, but I didn't have the time to go there. Balsam, Cameron, and Canal Lake. I think those are the 3 over there that kind of have a big pike population. I think Balsam also has muskie. One of them also has muskie, I think. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure one of them has muskie. You can pick one up for about $100 for a rod, but spend more money on the reel. You can pick one up for about $100 for a rod, but spend more money on it. I don't know if it's a question or a comment. Rephrase that if you want me to answer something to do with rods and reels. But I've been catching a lot of bass on topwater frog, prop frogs, lunker hunt, and getting smashed in cold water. Yeah, I think the last 2 weeks was the best window for topwater frogs. I didn't really take that into consideration when I was fishing. I really wanted to fish docks and some like a little bit shallower, thick grass. That's pretty much what I did. So you guys will see in my videos. You guys already saw my videos from like 2 weeks ago, but from last weekend, I found a lot of nice, healthy, chubby fish, and they were definitely post-spawn that, but I think they're past the post-spawn stage and heading towards the summer stage. They're feeding up very, very, very well. I have a couple pictures of like just baits down their throats, but they were definitely under docks for sure. The biggest ones I've caught were under docks, and this is 68 to like 72 degree water temp. Biggest ones were under docks for sure, and I caught a lot of fish, like so many fish that I like more than half the fish aren't even in the video. In that thicker, really nice fresh green grass and like that 2 foot to like 8 foot range. It was absolutely mayhem. It was a lot of fun. I should have brought out the frog. It would have made for a lot of fun. I don't think I'll be bringing it out this weekend. We'll see what happens. This weekend is supposed to feel like 42 degrees Celsius. That's like definitely over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not even gonna be able to be outside in that temperature. When I was in Florida, it was like 30 degrees Celsius, felt like 35. This weekend, it's gonna be 33 to 35 degrees. It's gonna feel like 42. That's absolutely insane. Like I don't think I've ever been alive in that kind of heat. So, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Fishing's gonna be brutal. Fishing's gonna be so brutal. We'll see. We'll find them though. We'll find them. I'm either gonna have to go deep or into that like super, super heavy grass, like pitching and flipping and all that stuff. Wow. Okay, let me answer some of your questions. Spend more money on a musky reel than your musky rod if you choose to buy one. Good point. I usually spend more. I usually buy higher end. I should rephrase that. I would not recommend buying a bait casting reel under $100. And I would also recommend buying the most expensive bait casting reel you can afford versus the most expensive rod you can afford. Of course, there'll be more the higher the quality, usually the more expensive it is. You'll be more sensitive and all that stuff. But the reel is really what can change your day, like your fishing experience. So I highly recommend you invest in your reels. What brand rod is good for bass fishing? I use Shimano rods and reels. Check out the X-Sage series. They're only $100. US, and they're very, very nice rods. What's your favorite lure to use real heavy grass and moss? So I don't really fish like any surface like mats, I guess you could say. I don't get a lot of that where I fish, but heavy grass I will pitch. So I'll depending on how heavy the grass is, you want to get away with the lightest weight you can. I recently, like a year and a half ago, pretty much switched everything to tungsten. So I use tungsten now. Anything from like 3/8 ounce to like I have 1.5 ounces. I've never had to use that though. But use the smallest weight you can get away with. So it has a pretty slow rate of fall after it gets through all that heavy grass that you're fishing. How old am I, and what's your favorite lake or river to fish? So I'm 19, and my favorite lake or river to fish. Whenever I can get out on Simcoe, that's a lot of fun. Always a lot of fun. They have species in Simcoe are like Great Lake fish. Like they're just obese. It's insane. But the issue is you really need the gear and the experience to go find them on Simcoe, which I don't have. So, Oklahoma, how's it going? Have I ever come to North Dakota? No. But the Dakotas, I do want to fish one day. I managed to get my hands on a Corrado DC, so I'm loving it. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll be picking up a Corrado DC. Let me know what videos you guys want me to do with the Corrado DC, the new one coming out at iCast. That's on the 10th, I think it's coming out. So I'll have it for a couple of days. It's not my reel or anything like that. I do have to wait if I'm going to order one, but I'll be getting it for a couple of days. I'll be filming videos. I'll be fishing with it. So let me know if you guys want to see anything in specific about the reel. I'll be doing like an initial like unboxing and review like I did with the Bantam. I'm obviously not going to give it a full in-depth review because I'm going to be using it for a couple of days. But I'll do all that, talk about the specs and all that stuff, and I'll go fishing with it. But anything specific, let me know, and I will do that for you, because I know the reel's gonna be retailing at $250 US. So for some of you guys, it's really, really expensive, and for me, even for myself, it's really expensive. But when I was, when I'm buying reels, I always want to, look at other people's reviews, see what they say and all that stuff. I'm kind of getting an idea of if it's worth it and all that stuff. So I'll drink more water. Good idea. I'm very dehydrated. Planning to fish Rice Lake this weekend. Going to be hot. Anywhere you go in Ontario this weekend, probably in the States as well, will be very, very hot. Have ever tried the Spro BBZ1 Rat? No, I have not. I was gonna buy one. I had one in my hands at Ganyan Sports, but I never pulled the trigger. I don't fish topwater a lot, so. Have I tried the new dial rods yet? No, I haven't used dial rods in a couple years now. Actually, I've never used a dial rod. I've used dial reels, but I never used a dial rod. So I can't help you with that. I was out on Simcoe yesterday, seeing a few smallmouth on bed still. I was thinking the spawn was over. What water temp are you at? I was in the high 60s, and I did not find anything on beds at all other than bluegill, because bluegill are bedding. But like Erie's still spawning and all that stuff. They're in the mid 60s. It just depends on the water temp, right? You should try out 13 fishing rods. I've used 13 fishing rods again a couple years back. I've used like the Omens, like the $100 series. They were nice rods for sure, for sure. Condolences with Poland in the World Cup. I know, I'm so disappointed. And Germany too. What the hell is Germany doing? So my two teams, Poland, because like I kind of have to be with Poland because I'm Polish. I do like their squad, but I do like the way they play. But Germany's like my team that I always root for. And yeah, Poland won against Japan today, but they have like -3 points or something like that. They're out. Germany, I think, is gonna go through unless they played today too, I think. I don't remember. It's just been a bad World Cup for me. Heat index is going to be 110 here tomorrow. Yeah, this weekend's going to be, I'm pretty sure, if not 100, pushing 100 this weekend for us. And I don't know what I'm going to do, because I don't know if you guys saw my Florida videos, but I don't do the heat at all. Like, even right now, I'm just sitting under shade, and I'm like, it's just hot. I don't know how I fish so much. Just heads up, there is not many bass in North Dakota, but you may really nice walleye in the country. I know a couple people that fish in the Dakotas, and they do very, very well. There's a lot of bass in there, guys. Very nice, 2 states to fish in. There's definitely a lot of fish there. And the thing is, like, they don't get fish. You don't hear about people going to the Dakotas to fish. Like, they don't get pressured like Lake St. Clair, Lake Erie, and all that stuff. But the lead event should be interesting. Should be interesting. Ooh, I keep on scrolling past all of your comments. I'm sorry, guys. What was the color of the mega bass that you picked up on one of your videos just made for Canada waters? Yeah, so that was the mega bass. For the past like 3 years or so, mega bass makes a Canadian special Vision 110, like a special color you can only buy in Canada. That one was called Northern Secret or something like that. It was like the purple one with like a yellow underbelly. I actually bought 2 of each just in case I lost one. I haven't lost one yet. One of them is pretty beat up. I may have to see what I can do there. But yeah, it's called Northern Secret, I believe. I don't know if you'll be able to find it. Pro J Tackle. All of you guys that are from Ontario, from Toronto, will know who that is. It's a retail store in Toronto. They have all the high-end gear there, like all the mega bass, all the duo, all the jackal, all that stuff. And they came out with a signature colorway with what's his name? Nick Cuz I don't remember his name. He's a guy that fishes tournaments up here. I have to go get some of those. They look pretty cool too. I think they're only for special order. You have to like call them or something like that, but those are pretty cool. Have I ever fished Alabama? No. I was gonna go there this year, but I did not. Plans fell through, and I had exams. So Dobbins is where it's at. Actually, I've never used Dobbins. Never used Dobbins. Yeah, I know Germany isn't doing too well either. What do you think will win Lake St. Clair FLW? I'm rooting right now. I'm also going to be rooting for my Ontario guys. You know, Chris Johnston, Corey Johnston, and Gussie. Right now, Chris is in 7th, so I think he has the best chance. Corey's in 30th, and Gussie's in like the 60s. So any Canadian guy will be happy to win. Ever went striper fishing? No, we don't have stripers here. I think the closest place is probably New York, and I have not done that. That'd be pretty cool, though. That'd be very, very cool. Flair's from North Dakota, isn't he? Flair's from Nebraska, I'm pretty positive. Topwater bite on here in the Potomac. Do you work for Shimano or are you sponsored by them? I'm on their pro staff team. If you're sponsored by a company, I'm pretty sure that means that you're working for them, but I don't know. I actually have yeah, I've actually been getting asked that question a lot. I am on the Shimano pro staff team. Just making that clear. Don't want to like trick you guys or anything like that. Yes, Nick Kuzviz, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong. Nick Kuzviz. I've talked to him at the shows, but I could never pronounce his last name. He's the guy who designed that Megabass with Pro J's. Do you like Trudeau? No politics on this channel. What's a good bobber for night fishing? I don't use bobbers, so I can't help you. I'm sure someone in the comments can help you, though. No special order needed, just the colors are for sale to everyone. Oh, perfect. Okay. I thought you had to call in and get one or something like that. Maybe that's with the shirts that I saw. I don't even know. My dog's a dog. Come out to California one day. One day I'll get out on Clear Lake and I will fish for big 10-pounders with big swim baits. One day. But no plans right now. How's school and life away from fishing going? So school I finished in April. I'm in university, so like I start in September and finish in end of April. So that went good. I just picked my courses for next semester, and I'm very excited for that. And then I don't know if you guessed on my last video, but I talked about like work, and I work during the day and I work during the night. But today I'm not working during the night, which is why I'm doing this. Isabel's allergic to bobbers. I've actually, well, like I use, like I guess you could call them bobbers for steelhead. I'm not coming to Maryland anytime soon. Ooh, we got some. How do I? We got some. Wow. Come on, bud. How do I? There you go. Goodbye. There you go. Okay. What lake do you want to fish in North America? So I kind of have like a bucket list lakes I want to fish. That didn't come out right. I'm pretty sure like all of you guys do. I fished Lake St. Clair. That was one of my bucket lakes. Let's just go with bucket lakes. A lot of really cool lake, really different lake. There's like no structure in it at all, so you're pretty much just like blind casting. At least what we did. I went down with Dave McCready from English Choice. He lives on the lake. Lake Erie is a bucket list lake for me. Haven't been there yet. Gunnersville, Kentucky, Okeechobee. I haven't fished Okeechobee yet. Clear Lake, and like Dale Hollow probably. That's pretty much it. Lake Fork would be cool too, but like, yeah, there's a lot of lakes in America I'd want to fish one day. Hello from Dallas, Texas. How's it going? Ever fish blade baits for deep water smallie? Yeah. Can you do salmon fishing video in September out in the piers or rivers? Yeah, I have a couple friends that do a lot of trout fishing, so I'll try to get out with them for sure. That's definitely something I want to do. I haven't caught a salmon yet, so I know a lot of people go like to Lake Ontario, and what do they do, like the weird down rigging thing? Like I don't understand how that works. But I haven't done that yet either. That'd be pretty cool. What are all these comments about? A lot of dislikes or something? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I wonder where that came from. It's all right. It doesn't really matter. Do you have saltwater gear? Also, only seen you fish saltwater on vacation videos. No, I don't. So I live like in Ontario, so there's no like saltwater around me at all. I use like saltwater rated gear, kinda. I use like a cheaper Shimano reel that I didn't really mind if I destroyed, and then that rod I think was definitely not a saltwater rod. But what's your PB smallie and largie? So my personal best smallmouth I caught last fall. 5'8". It was 5'8" on the scale. I got that on video. You guys can go check it out. And my personal best largemouth I caught like 2 or 3 years ago on opener. So it's exactly like 2 or 3 years ago on a chatterbait. In grass. I was freaking out. I was shaking. It was a 5.75. So like prior to that, my personal best fish was like in the 4-pound range. I've never caught a 5-pounder before that. So I was just like, what kind of monster is this? It was just like it was a post spawn fish, so it had a really big head and had like nothing on her at all. Super super skinny. If that fish is still in that lake and it's not eaten, pre spawn, she's definitely pushing 7. I think definitely like she was just thin. Like I have a photo on my Instagram. The video's up as well, but like she was so thin. It was so bad, but biggest fish. Hopefully I can break that this year. That's my goal for this year, is break my personal best largemouth. And I think we can do that. Was on Erie last weekend. 80% of the fish caught were bedding bass. Water temps are still in the mid-60s. Yeah. I've heard water temps are still in the mid-60s and they're still bedding there. That would be a lot of fun, I think. I think next year I'm going to make like a week trip down to Erie and fish. That'd be pretty cool. Bring the boat down. This time of year is almost exclusively deep fishing. Well, it depends where you are, right? We're just post spawn, so we still have, the fish up shallow feeding a lot. So that's where we are right now. That's where at least where we were last time I fished, and they're definitely feeding up. You guys will see those videos coming up soon. LFG collab, that'd be a lot of fun for sure. I know people that fish Gunnersville and they say it's hard to fish, but you don't catch many. But there's big ones you catch, but the ones you catch are big. Yeah, for sure. My buddy was like, Seb was down on Lake Gunnersville in April or May. It was crap. He went down to Florida to fish because it was so bad. But yeah, there's definitely, I think they caught like a 13 or 15 pounder. I'm definitely getting this wrong. There's a monster bass that came out of there. Let me quickly see if I can find it. It was back in like April or May, that really, really big fish that came out of Lake Gunnersville. I'm pretty sure it was Gunnersville. It was monster. Holy crap. I don't know if it survived, but it was so big. Ever considered live streaming while on the water? I have before, like on Instagram, not on YouTube because I don't have enough data for that. How's it going, Big John? Ever fish for carp? I haven't in Europe. I haven't fished for carp here. I don't really have much interest in carp here because I have bass. Maybe in the off season I would, but I haven't done that yet. How long have we been streaming for, guys? 24 minutes. We'll give us another 5 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna log off. Do I take vitamins for energy? We have a lot of new people I've never seen before on here. How's it going? I love my stripper fishing in New Hampshire. Actually, you can see a 35-inch striper I caught when I was about 13. Those fish get so big. So big. It's absolutely crazy. What's your take on people keeping bass? You can only catch and release bass. Do you only catch and release bass? So as long as they're in their limits, I don't care if they catch and keep bass. You know, there's a law for a reason, and there's obviously a reason why we can only, you know, keep 6 or whatever, depending on which license you have. The only thing I do get iffy about is when people keep like 6-pounders. I've seen people keep six pounders, and it just breaks my heart. Like, people don't understand that the big fish are the ones that reproduce, and they're the ones that have the genes, and it just that can ruin a fishery. You know, like my neighbor, like, we're at the lake house, he keeps like 1-pounders to eat, and like that's even good for the fishery sometimes to take out those little guys. But when we take out like those big fish, it just kind of sucks. But you can't do anything about it, right? Muskie fishing was on fire on Detroit last week. That's cool. Definitely gonna. I've heard the Detroit River and Lake St. Clair has really big muskie. Actually, when I was there last, we were trolling to our spot, casting a little swim bait for smallies. We passed by this one spot, right? We're on like a shoal kind of, and I look down and I see this log, probably about like 50 inches or so, 45, 50 inches. And I look again, and it's a muskie. I'm like, holy shit. Like, because we were trolling in like 20 feet of water, and I knew that, but this log was like 5 feet below the water. I'm like, there's no way that's a log floating like that. I look again, it's a muskie. I'm like, oh my God, I freak out. I tried casting my swim bait to it, but he wouldn't eat it. I'm guessing it was like digesting or something. But I fish my local pond that has 10-pound bass. It's only about 5 acres, has a lot of moss on it though. Yeah, I found that we don't have those kind of ponds up here. Like, we have ponds and golf course ponds, but we don't have the kind of ponds like Florida has, where you can go anywhere and catch like not a 10-pounder, go anywhere and catch like a 5-pounder. But that's definitely cool. Favorite pro angler. Seth Fighter. Slight obsession. If you guys have been here for a long time, you guys would know that. Slight obsession, though. Breaks my heart to see any bass being kept. Yeah, but like, as long as people are in their limits, you can't really, say anything, right? Thank you, Patrick. I feel like walleye, crappie, perch, and bluegill are anything worth eating. I honestly don't even eat a lot of fish. Like, I eat salmon sometimes. I'll eat walleye when I catch them. We do like a perch fry once a year in the winter, but other than that, like, I don't personally eat a lot of fish. My parents do, but they'll buy the fish. So like, I don't bring fish home. I will bring fish home though if they die. Like, if a largemouth dies on me, like I see it floating after like I release it or something like that, like I'll bring him home. There's no point of wasting fish. Picks last longer than the fish, and a mount is more expensive. There's nothing wrong with eating bass. It just, bass are seen as sport fish, and people don't want to take them out of the water because they want to catch them, right? I know a pond that's almost guaranteed a 5-pounder. That's awesome. I was also told that when I went down to Florida. So quick shout there. But I'm gonna actually end this live here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. A little live stream. Next video will be out either Saturday or Sunday. And like I said, if you guys want to see anything with the new Corrado DC, let me know and I'll film it. But other than that, hope you guys enjoy this live stream. And I'll see you guys in the next one.